I try to empathize with my fellow mother-in-law. We relate when it comes to our grandkids. I don't want to see her suffer. But I must admit, it's nice seeing Mill sweat just a little bit. And it's just so ironic that it's her own son that's making her sweat. So what? He's actually going through with the custody thing while he's locked up? Well, you know what I noticed? No matter how clean these things start off, like, you can go and file the paperwork and really try to make it a seamless thing, but these things always get messy. It always, like, look at the last time with the supervised visits and how Joey behaved and the stuff with Bert. Like, it always just gets messy at some point. Yeah. He's doing it from prison, I guess, in anticipation of getting out. Don't know how that's going to go. There's no guarantee. But, she's put in a tough position. Because she's on good terms with Miranda. But if her son messes things up, custody-wise, where does that leave the grandparent of those children? So I don't know. I just want to see how this all unfolds. Thorough in what way? He's not like a thorough person. I don't think it is. I think Joey wants this to be kind of like a band-aid. I don't think he wants this to be anything more than paperwork and a quick going before the judge, and then he'll get his custody. I don't know. But it does appear that he's not looking to be... There's something different. Maybe because he's in prison. Maybe because he's realizing that if he doesn't change things, they will never change. But he's a lot more, it seems, thorough. I don't envy Mill because, like, what position do you take in that situation? Do you stay comfortable and continue to see your grandkid via Miranda, or do you trust that your son's gonna get it together and actually be able to take care of a kid? Like, I don't know. Definitely seems like the former would be the better decision there. I think Mill is sweating because she sees that Joey is really being diligent with his lawyer. He's looking at every single avenue, and he's not playing around. Seems like he's not coming from a place of emotion or spite. He just genuinely wants his son. That's not a good recipe for what Mill and Miranda have going. I mean, I would have to side with, I don't know, that's the interesting part, but I also wanted to ask you, whose side do you fall on here? Are you gonna go with Miranda? Or are you gonna go with Joey? Because if Joey gets custody, there's a high chance that I will finally get to see my grandkids again. Well, Junior. Doesn't seem like he's fighting for Charlotte, but that's a tale for another day, isn't it? Let's just say I have a vested interest in Joey getting his way here. And I don't think it harms Mill, because at the end of the day, he will still let her see Junior. You know what? I'm good right now. Like, I don't need to take the stand at a custody case. Like, I don't need to be part of this. It's not like she even really lets me see them when I want to, and, you know, like, I'm good where I stand. Like, no matter what happens, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean, Mom? Choose wisely. You are. Because if Joey needs support in prison, if he needs people to vouch for him before a judge, I'm doing that. I have no loyalty to my former daughter anymore. She has cut me off. She has not given me a single chance to see my grandkid. It's about Junior. And if there's any path for me to see Junior, it's through Joey. So when push comes to shove, you better make the right decision and help the people that are actually thinking with their heart and not their ego. God. wish my brother didn't have to put me in these positions. You know, I like that I can come here and visit Charlotte and Junior and feel like an uncle. See you without any weirdness. But now, even though you and me aren't together, him doing this custody stuff just brings me back to those visitation rights days. And I remember how sick I would feel on that Friday knowing he was coming on the weekend, and now he's my brother and I'm supposed to see him in a different light. But yet I don't like the way that he's going about this.
What? Going about this as in fighting for custody of his child from the town's worst prison? Is that what you mean by going about this?
Yeah. Something about that statement does not seem like it is intelligent. And I'm not trying to put my brother down, but how is that a good appearance before a judge? I guess, that a judge can grant him custody and he can go back to being a father when he gets out, but what happens before then? Who gets custody while he's in prison and waiting? And what if he's in there for 5 years?
Yeah, these are the things that I'm constantly thinking about, Ryan. Like, what if he wins and he's in there for 2 years and he decides to be a dick about it, and he awards Damien, his drunk friend, custody just to mess with me or something. I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, I don't think he cares about his son. I know you don't want to hear that, but he would not let Damien watch Junior. He does care about him. He would put him in the arms of someone that could take care of them. What's the matter? Did I say something? If any of this stuff is too heavy for you, we'll have to talk.
I'm sorry, just... What if he gave you temporary custody while he was in prison?
I think he would give temporary custody to your mother first. We may be new brothers, but he knows at the end of the day that I would just bring Junior here a lot.
Would you?
Would. There's also Gabby. Although their relationship is so fractured, maybe, and I hope my brother gets everything he wants in his life, and I hope you two can work out custody in some way where it works out for the both of you. But I don't want to stand here and just assume that he's going to win. Why are we talking like that? And we're here in the moment right now. So don't worry too much.
Look, I gave his mom a chance, and it's paying off. She's actually turning out to be a good grandma right now. I mean, it's early. We shall see. And I'm trying not to base my anger and feelings towards her son against her. Two separate people. Because of how well she's been doing, and because Joey did take care of Junior, according to everyone, so well while he hid him from me, I'm trying to forgive and forget everything. And I was willing to talk to Joey, and he won't have it. He wants something in legal writing, which I guess I understand. He just wants something moving forward that you can't change, that's legal, and I get it. I want that too. I got it for Charlotte. But he won't talk to me to, like, negotiate.
Alright, well, maybe before he files any stupid petition with the courts, I will go talk to him and I will try to get him to not go through with this. How you doing, brother? No more injuries? Is that cellmate finally, leaving you alone?
I'm trying not to, like,
think about it. Man, he strangled me last night. Just kept choking me till I got blacked out, and I thought that was it. But then he let me live. I know that's crazy. I know it's like so nonchalant for me to say that, but this is like my existence right now, you know what I mean? Oh my God. Damn, man. I don't even know how to help you with words. Are you alright? At least it's not broken bones. So a couple bruises on my neck, I'll take it. Oh, I hope it gets better for you. I mean, I hope this appeal, I hope it all goes as planned. Well, I came here today, and I know you're gonna hate me for this, but, you know, I was talking to Miranda. And I think, man, I just told you about the night that I had. The only thing I'm looking forward to in here is helping my mom, seeing my son again, and that's it. Nothing else matters. So please don't try to persuade me in not doing what I'm doing, because I need to do what I'm doing. Because it gives me like a light at the end of the tunnel. It gives me something to look forward to in here. Not trying to be a baby about anything, you know. I'm also not trying to like be dramatic with it. I'm filing my paperwork, I'm talking to my lawyer. I don't need to sit down with Miranda and have a chat or threaten her or anything like that. I'm filling out my paperwork, I'm doing the best that I can in terms of like getting my son, and that's it. It doesn't even need to have that much fanfare. I get that there's plenty of reasons why you may not trust her. The whole getting custody of Charlotte behind your back, leaving town. You're not innocent either, I'm not innocent. We're all not innocent. That is why Miranda's forgiving and forgetting. We don't have to worry about previous seasons. She's willing to sit down at a table and judge you based on how you move forward with your children and her. And I'm really trying not to like bash her, dude. She's the mother of my kids. But don't fall for like how she phrases things and stuff, because it really is just all about control with her. She says like, I'm gonna be a good person and I'm gonna talk to him and sit down at a table with him and negotiate having custody with him, but that's her. She likes to be able to say, yo, when I say it, when it's time for me to do it, then we do it. But if you want it this way, that way, you're not having it that way. I choose when we sit down to talk about the kids. It's all about control. She makes it look like she's doing you a favor, but she's really just being controlling. Joey, come on. Don't you understand why she's a little bit of a control freak, the things that she's been through? But yo. I thought forgive and forget. Right? She gonna forgive everybody. She gonna forget. She's moving on and being so gracious to sit down at a table with me and negotiate custody, yet when it's convenient for her, she can pull from the past and say, this happened to me, this is why I do this is why I do that. My past defines me. You can't have it both ways. You can't say I'm gonna forgive and forget and then don't apply it to yourself. That's fair. I get it. She wants to forgive and forget, but then when it comes to her own past, she can sometimes use it against people. Let me say this. I love you, bro. But I don't think you're gonna win any form of custody while you're in prison. I'm getting out, bro. Not trying to be cocky, but I should not be in here to begin with. I should not have broken bones and bruises on my neck because I asked a judge a question. Because I hid my son and took care of him for a bit after thinking he was dead. Everyone just frames me as the villain because they don't like me. But when you look at what I did on paper, it ain't that bad. And what if you don't? What if the appeal does go through, you're stuck in here, and then now you have an open custody case, and if you fail that, they're not gonna let you apply again. You're done at that point. I want to see that disappointment on you. You have worked so hard at your career, at being a better father, at being a better partner, at being a better person. I know you have your issues now with pain medication, but you were clean. You were able to change. You doing this custody stuff out of desperation in a prison is not change, Joey. Yo, I'm doing it for my mother. Hypothetically, I don't get out of here. Like, I gotta do something for her. I gotta give back to her. Because she was not wrong about anything. Every little, like, detail she used to give me about Miranda, about, like, the control stuff, I would brush off. Bro stepped on my fingers I'm sorry. I would brush off, yo. I'd be like, yo, this is my mom. She just don't like my wife. But no, low key, Miranda's just one big control freak. Look at her house, dude. Look at her house, man. Alright. I said what I needed to say. You do what you need to do. Yo, so she's been letting you see them? Like, you've been going over there to see my kids? Your niece and nephew? Yeah, she has. I mean, they are my niece and nephew. If we're not hooking up and we're not together, not that it matters, but yeah, I babysat, been seeing them. But if you don't want that, I understand. I got no problem with it. Of course, like, I'm jealous. I love you, but yo, everyone and their mother gets to see my kids but me. You know? And then, like, the second that I do one thing, it's stretched out to make me as, like, O.J. Simpson, you know? But nah, I'm happy for you. If there was anyone to see my kids, it would be you. Which is why, like, I wanted to ask you, hypothetically, I don't get out. Hypothetically, I got another douche judge. He's like, no, 5 more years. But I'm gonna give you custody. Like, you know, let's say the custody judge then awards me custody. And we gotta figure out who gets the temporary custody. Would you be open to that? I don't know. That's a tough thing to put me on the spot with right now. How can you even ask? I thought your mom was the only one that you would consider. I know you'd let my mom see my kids as much as she wants. And there's just parts of me right now that maybe it's the paranoia of the prison. Because, like, sometimes I think a guard is my friend and then he don't give me dinner. And then all of the stuff going outside of the prison in my family, like, I just don't know how much I trust my mom right now, being that she gets everything she wants from my ex-wife. So why would she help me to get custody when she gets to see her grandkids now without me? Maybe I'm looking too into it, but I do think I need to keep my options open for who gets custody of my son while I'm in this hellhole. You doing alright? I know it can be kind of stressful, wondering whether or not there's gonna come a summons or something for court. But just focus on the positive, you know, you already have full custody of Charlotte. He ain't fighting for that. And I don't mean to think like this is the father of your children, but he could die any day in that prison. So thanks, Dad. I'm just annoyed. It's like when I weave, I don't know the terms. I finally, like, got the courage to try and forgive and forget everyone, and even that doesn't work, and it's just annoying. What about your nanny Agatha? She's always coming to the rescue. Why can't she step in right now and do something? Since she got all these, like, magical powers of or what have you. Nanny Agatha can do a lot of things, but this is
a legal process. She can't step in and say, hey, I'm Nanny Agatha, no custody battles allowed, you know? Like, she has a lot of pull, but she can't be corrupt. She can't just pull every string in the book. And she's done so much for me. I have to fight my own battles. Believe me, I'm not trying to lose. I'm just annoyed by it.
Yeah, you're right. I just thought maybe she would wipe out a judge or something. What are you scared of, though? Like, why even stress this? Because you in one of the best positions to win custody in your entire life. You have proven that you are a good mother. Got these kids in school, you got them their medical stuff, not a bruise on them, their rooms are clean, they're fed, their teeth are brushed, and never miss a bath. New clothes all the time, no screen time, best education possible. Like, how could you, of all mothers, stress about possibly losing Junior? It's just one of those repetitive things that ain't gonna come to nothing. What stresses me out and what scares me the most, and I think a lot of parents would relate to this, is that I don't want my kids being separated at this point. It's amazing to me how, even though they've spent such little time together, they cling to one another. They play every day. They love each other, even with Junior's his bit of a delay where he's not so present. He is with her, and it warms my heart, and I don't want to ruin that. That's what gets me so emotional and pissed off at Joey, is that he doesn't think of things like that. I hear that. But why even imagine that? I really do not think that your ex-husband has any shot here. This is just one of those situations in life that it builds up some anticipation. It gets you on the edge of your seat. You wonder what's gonna happen. And then there's that happy ending. And you look back and you were like, I'm glad I survived that. That wasn't fun in the moment, but it's fun that I survived it. And I got something out of it, a lesson. That if you're a good mother, you don't have to worry about anyone taking your kids away.
I hope you're right.